Hello, welcome to episode 16 of Not Enough Thumbs. Today's film we're going to talk about is Interstellar from 2014. Our sponsor today is Me Want Cookie.
So this movie is a Matthew McConaughey movie. It's kind of about Earth is destroying itself. There's not much is able to grow anymore. The environment is just bad. There's dust storms. Health of the people is going down. So NASA is foreseeing kind of the end of human life if something doesn't change. So they have this kind of behind the scenes or underground project where they're going into space-time continuum and trying to figure out how to change the trajectory of Earth, or how to make it where they can sustain human life elsewhere.
If you remember watching the Disney's movie WALL-E, it's kind of like that, where they escape Earth and that's it. They escape Earth and they live life on a spaceship forever and ever. So sort of similar to that, they are going to go further into deep space to try to find another planet where humans can inhabit and have a life. So there is a lot of focus on the relationship between father and daughter, and it spans over a few decades, because the teenage daughter, she's not quite a teenage daughter, she's probably a 10 to 12 years old, and then later on in the film she's an adult and has involved herself in the project with trying to find another Earth to live on.
She pretty much followed in her father's footsteps. Her father had worked with NASA previously, and NASA recruited him to be part of this project, to go and be part of the team that left Earth. But at the time he agreed to do it, he didn't realize that it was a forever thing, that they were sending him out, but did not really have any intention of bringing them back. They intended on them staying out there. So when he first left, he told his daughter he would be coming back. And so the whole film, he's realizing what was going on, realizing kind of what they were doing, and he made it a point to find his way back, even though age and other things varied because of where they were sent, and the time frames were different. And so when he came back, he pretty much came back the same age he left, where his daughter was an much old older woman by that time. And it was only, in his time, it was a matter of maybe a year? I can't remember exact details, but it was a fairly short amount of time. But then on Earth, it was 50 years or so. Long time.
Me love you long time.
And so when he finally does make it back to Earth, his daughter was pretty much on her deathbed. And so he was able to kind of see her and connect with her again before she passed.
I thought there was pretty compelling acting between McConaughey's character and his daughter. What's her name?
Murph.
Drop it!
Murph. That's right. Both when she was a young child and also when she was adult, because there was a lot of anger towards him for a long time. I found the score of this movie to be really good, and also the concept of the black hole and going beyond the event horizon was artistic, I think, and that somehow they entwined love into this whole story. It wasn't all just pure scientific, and for a while they were referring to these. They were attributing these anomalies to them as I can't remember what they call them, like the time people. They weren't called time people. but they were attributing these things.
The Langoliers.
Well, what was going on was, as McConaughey's character was trying to get back, it was changing things on Earth for the daughter. So as the daughter was growing up, she was seeing these different things, which was her dad trying to get back, and he's seeing her from kind of the outside, and it's on her side, it's different time frames as she's aging. For him, it's a matter of minutes, and he's trying to come across and get, and it shows him kind of on this other side of this barrier, and he can see her, he can sense her, but he can't get to her, he can't reach her. So it's years and years going by for her, but for him it's minutes.
Yeah, part of the movie you don't realize is it doesn't progress serially, and it's kind of represented as a web of time. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. It was a nice concept. It's a pretty. This would be fun to watch in the theater. I don't think I saw this one in the theater, but there's a lot of creative visual aspects to it, and on one of the first planets that they visited, where there was a gigantic tsunami wave that was, I don't know, looked like to be 1,000 feet tall. I think they depicted that pretty well, as far as being able to capture the size of the wave compared to them. It was impressive.
I agree. It was a very well done movie.
Yeah, very artistic, I thought. Good visual, good sound, great acting. I give it a 9. This is one of my favorite ones to watch. I like to go back to it.
I agree. I would also rate this movie a 9. So, if you haven't seen this movie yet, we highly recommend this one. So, find it, rent it, get it off of Amazon Prime, wherever you need to. It's a good one. It's definitely worth the time to watch this one. All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 16 of Not Enough Thumbs. Until next time.